Hi. Well, Steve, it is wonderful that they have razor clams here today.
They're amazing, and
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you love them just like I do.
Yeah, not everybody does.
Right.
So it's fun to share them together.
Yeah, thank you.
So before the food arrives, maybe we could jump into the discussion so we have the decks clear.
I figured you would have some business, so sure, let's do it.
Great, thank you. First of all, I just want to thank you on behalf of the organization for all your vigilance and advice regarding our financial investments over the years. I don't know where we'd be without you.
No problem. You have a great mission, and I'm happy to be a chaperone for that.
Oh, great. And we are especially thankful for you filling the gap on the last two projects, especially the Bunk Bed Project.
Right, that was fun.
Did you get the donor story?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that little Casey, he's showing so much math aptitude now since he got into a real home and started going to school regularly.
Great. That's great to hear.
Yeah.
Success.
And I know you mentioned a special interest in large families. How many siblings are there in your family?
There's 8 of us. Yeah, It's a large brood.
Oh, yeah. I come from a large family, too, and we're so lucky to have shelter and education.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's things that we take for granted, definitely.
Yeah. In Oregon, there's just terrible statistics for kids graduating in cohort from high school. Did you see those?
I did, and I can't believe it.
Worst in the nation.
I know. It's hard to believe.
And it's even worse for our kids in special ed. And so many of those kids that come to CW are in dire circumstances, and they need counseling and one-on-one work to help them succeed in school. So that's kind of why we're all abuzz about the Sibling Success program.
Right.
I wanted to talk with you about that today.
Okay.
It's targeted at helping children in those large families.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not much data on understanding why those children have poor success rates in schools. But this will help gather the qualitative and quantitative data that will help fund even more assistance. And pop those kids out of the cycle of poverty, help in a pretty big way, we think, because it's going to supply a desk, a bed, and 4 hours of tutoring one time a week for 6 weeks of every school term. And tutoring will be focused largely on math and reading.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a great program.
Yeah. Being a CPA is a great profession too, isn't it?
Well, it has its moments, but
yeah. Well, if we're lucky, we'll have some more CPAs coming out of this.
I'm hoping so too. We need more.
So you and I have talked for months about making every dollar work at CW.
Right.
At work to its top capacity,
mm-hmm.
And the long-term results of making those dollars work, and also investing in shelter and education for those children.
Right.
That's why we really love to have your support in making each year of this program a success. It lasts from 2017 to 2020. And here is the proposal.
Okay.
It shows a $9,000 investment over 3 years, and it will help buy those bunk beds, desks, and tutoring for 2,100 children.
Okay, so this is $9,000 per year, or is it?
Oh no, it is $9,000 over a period of 3 years, $3,000 a year.
Okay.
And we're hoping it will ensure the continued success of the program, so that there won't be dips in the funding from year to year. And as much as we love you to come jump in and save us, I think this will kind of change the tenor of the investment over time, so that it won't need rescuing at the end.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to take a look at this. That's a lot of money, for me to just shell out. So I'm gonna have to take a look at this first before I could give you an answer.
Oh, that's completely understandable. I guess I also like to say this is an opportunity to have a tremendous effect on the long-term education success of children, and um, it, we know that you we well we know that you have this passion for numbers and a passion for education.
Mhm.
So we want you to be comfortable with your gift decision. And we were thinking of having you in a lead donor position this time instead of
Right.
a saving the program or project position.
So what's the timeline on this, Dana? Or when are you looking to secure these finances?
Thank you for asking. The program starts in 2017, so we
Right.
definitely want to have everything teed up for a robust kickoff by September of 2016
Okay.
to continue our outreach to the other donors.
Okay.
How does that sound to you?
That timeline sounds about right. That's what I was figuring. I need to meet with my financial advisor and,
Yes,
and
of
discuss this because I have to move some stuff around and figure out how I'm going to give this money to you. So
Understood.
okay.
When would be a good time for me to follow up with you on this?
As luck would have it, I'm meeting with my financial planner next week. So I will definitely put this on our agenda of things to talk about. It's usually a pretty hairy discussion, and I don't know what he's going to say about this, but I need to talk to him and
Great.
figure that out.
Do you think he'd like to have the gift agreement wording as well? I could send that in the proposal electronically to you.
Well, he's a stickler for details, so anything else you have to add to this, because he'll probably ask, that's a good idea.
Okay,
so.
excellent. I have your email, since we've been emailing
Right.
back and forth for a long time, but it sounds to me like getting back to you by a week after next.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Would you prefer to have that in me to call you or to follow up in another way?
You know what? Let's just email, and that's the best way to get a hold of me. Sometimes
Okay.
I'm not at my desk, so let's do that.
That sounds great. I'll
Okay.
do that. Thank you again. It's, as always, a pleasure, and you're a treasure.
Well, thank you so much, Dana, as are you.
All right, thank you. Oh my